I just wanted to say real quick, I saw Bad Grandpa came out a while back, and they just recently released, they call it Bad Grandpa Point Five, which is a horrible title. And they used to release, like, Jackass 2 came out, and they released Jackass 2.5, and it's kind of
Which
like...
is always like, that was another movie.
Yeah, yeah. But how they do it, it's usually kind of documentary style. Like, hey, this is what we tried to do with this, and da-da-da-da-da-da. With completely different footage you never have seen before, but they kind of talk through it instead of just skit, you know? So anyway, this was a little different. Like, Jackass 2.5, 3.5, yeah, they stand alone kind of as their own movies.
Yeah.
I think Jackass 3.5 is way better than 3.
I
think
agree with you.
Yeah, I talked about that before.
Because they're not doing the 3D stuff.
Yeah. But Bad Grandpa Point 5 should have just been included with the movie because it does not stand alone in any way. It's a documentary on every little nuance of making Bad Grandpa.
That kid seems like he's a little shit to have to be around.
No, that kid was rad to
the kid
me.
was cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard in interviews how he would run up and like punch people in the nuts.
Yeah, well, they told him to do that.
I know, but if I was on that set, I wouldn't.
It's a Jackass set.
Everybody at Jackass does that.
Yeah, that's I guess why I'd never.
Yeah,
went
just
on that
get
fucking
him back,
set.
man.
So-
Just get him back. He's a.
I recommend if anybody, you know, is a
Destroy those
fan,
balls. Go to jail.
if anybody is a fan of that kind of humor or even, you know, being into Mega64, I encourage you to check it out. It's on Netflix. Netflix streaming. You can watch it right now. Bad Grandpa is not on Netflix,
Which doesn't make
but
sense.
Bad Grandpa Point 5 is.
Oh yeah.
But if you watch it, it is all about how they hide the cameras, how they hide the microphones, how they get people's permission, how they maybe try to convince someone who didn't want to be in it, bits that didn't work, how they got something to work that didn't work previously. You know, there's a segment in the movie where he's got it's a fake, it's a rubber doll, but they have his wife's dead body.
Yeah.
And their whole point was to try to get a delivery man, they call him,
Yeah.
and to get him to carry the dead body out into the backyard so they could bury it or put it in the car.
Yeah.
That's what it was, put it in the car. And it's really interesting because they show you, like, we couldn't get anyone to do it when we did it the first time. We spent a whole day, oh, hey, delivery guy, thank you for showing up. Anyway, come in here. And then they would bring them into the room, and there's candles everywhere around this dead body. Unfortunately, she passed away. We're just going to move her into the trunk. No one needs to know about it. No, I'm not going to do it. And they would leave, and what they said, they couldn't get anyone to do it.
Yeah.
And what worked is Johnny Knoxville was like, you know, I'm bringing a negative energy to this. You know, I'm putting an aura of death over this. I need to be Mr. Positive. And so they did another day of it. They scheduled another day to shoot that bit, and they had movers. Hey, guys, come on. We're going to move some stuff here. Hey, you don't mind helping an old man bring that? Yeah, sure. Hey, she's just, going to be honest, she passed away, but we're going to take care of it. Just help me move her into the trunk. And you know, and because he's positive, they're like, well, you know, whatever. Hey. And then they help him put it in the trunk. Thanks. What we did was probably crime, but you know, I want to say thank you. I don't know the legality, but thank you. And even though he's positive, they're laughing, but then they're like looking at each other, like,
what the fuck?
you know.
That
but he's
part's
like,
in the movie.
But again, like they talk about it in the documentary, it's like it really would hinge on the energy you would bring to it, whether or not, you know. So it's really interesting in that way. I thought it was really, really fascinating in that way. There were also a lot of scenes that were filmed before the wife died.
Oh, really?
The movie opens with the wife is dead.
Spike Jones was originally in a lot
He's
of it,
a
right?
different character.
Oh.
His wife was played by, do you know the actress Catherine Keener?
No.
You'd know her if you saw her. She was in the 40-Year-Old Virgin, like.
Okay. Is she in old makeup?
She's in old makeup in Bad Grandpa, yeah. And she is not funny. I think that's why it was cut. She's a really good actress, and they all really like her. They're like, yeah, she's really good at improv. But man, every scene she's in, she doesn't know that's her. She doesn't kind of know.
Oh, yeah, I know her.
But you know, it's like, hey, she could be the greatest actress in the world, but when you're in the room with the Jackass guys, how good are you? You know what I mean? Like even like I can improvise, but in that room, that's tough.
Yeah.
You know? So anyway, check that out. If you're interested in that at all, it was really good. I thought that was really, really cool. Anyway, that's all.
I loved Bad Grandpa. I thought that was...
Yeah, I had a really good time.
I thought that
I
kid
liked it a lot,
was super fucking ballsy.
Yeah.
But I thought the person who had the biggest nuts in that movie wasn't Johnny Knoxville or that kid. It was the kid's abusive dad in that fucking bar.
Yeah.
Fuck
full of bikers.
that.
That was unfucking comfortable.
That was like, what did you do to get shot, dude?
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, check that out if you get a chance. That was really, really cool.